Well, it's been the longest day. You wish you could hit erase, but you aren't lucky that way. Oh no, nobody's lucky that way. But I want you to stop where you are. I want you to hear your heart, 'cause that's how you stay on par. Oh yeah, no need to raise the bar when you're feeling low. Oh, you gotta breathe, 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 breathe. Let it go and let it be, be, be. Yeah, I hope that you're listening. There's only one thing you know you gotta do. That's breathe.
Breathe, breathe, breathe. Everybody come on into the wellness room. I am your host, Tracy Berry McGee. It's time for the Own Your Now show.
Yes, it is. Good evening, Tracy. You look beautiful over there. It is a pleasure to be in the wellness room with you. I'm Yolanda Langford, and you know what they call me, Lady Yo. I just like saying it that way.
I mean, you know, when you get a habit of saying Lady O.
Yes, and it's funny, Tracy, when I'm out in public, people will say it just like that.
Lady O.
Yes. How are you?
I am. Let me tell you what a difference a Wednesday makes. Last week, y'all know I was sick as a thing. I don't want to say a dog, but I was so that I had the flu, y'all, and I didn't know that it could take you out, like literally take you out. And
Absolutely. I tell people for about a month and a half, I had something that was lingering around. And when you get whatever this is, you have to rest and completely get over it. If you don't, it will come back.
that's it. It will come back. So I'm taking my time and making sure that I'm good. I want to do some wellness room shout outs while we start sipping and asking everybody what's in their cup. So let's all go to the chats and comments. I hope you all are sharing, because when I tell y'all we have some amazing guests today, y'all. We have just someone from every walk of life that you can experience true joy and wellness from the St. Louis area. So,
Indeed.
I want to start off, and you can let me know who you want to say hi to first. But you know I got to say hey to one of our owners, Robert Bob Jackson.
Hey, Robert. We missed you last week.
Yes, I saw him pop in later on, because people watch in the reruns, and we go back and we make sure that we make comments and we touch bases with everybody. So we're glad to see you today, Robert. Let us know what you're sipping on. We do have Coach Aziza Binti, y'all. She's on the YouTube side. You know, we got an A side and a B side. You know
I
how
like that. Do you remember when there was an A side and a B side of a record?
Oh, baby. Yes. On the 45s and the albums. And
Kids these days don't know anything about that.
what they don't know nothing about that. They
Well,
don't
you know what? Albums are making a comeback.
They are, as they should. I mean, you know, I feel like was it Sanford and Son? Like, I got my daddy's records. I got all of my daddy's records, and nobody else can have them. I dare not share them. You got to get your own. And yeah,
You know what? I remember you did have your daddy's records when Jeffrey Osborne was on the show. You brought out an original with the sleeve.
Yes, girl. I mean, you don't play. You got to keep it in tip-top condition. So,
Hey, I see my friend Judy Butler has jumped on. Hey, beautiful. I was so blessed that she and her husband came to visit with me last week, and we went to Jazz St. Louis.
all right now, you know.
Oh. Hey, let me tell you, I have an exclusive. So when I was at Jazz St. Louis, I saw Billy Childs. He played that night, jumped on the plane, and then the next day he won a Grammy.
Yes. You know what? Speaking of the Grammys, I know that, look, we just started talking. I got to ask you, what you sipping on? What's in your cup? Just in case you all are tapping in. Yes, Victor Goins is in the house. Yes, Erica and Ava are in the house. And we do have the Mastermind Marriage Consultants in the house.
Yes, we do. A little bit of something for everybody. So make sure you share. I'm going to start it off. Tracy, I am drinking an ice cold glass of water. I just have been thirsty these last couple of days, and I've just been really taking in my water. How about yourself?
Well, like I said, I had getting over the cold, and I was like, now it's time for me to like kind of have some cool libations, right?
Yes,
Right now, right? So I
absolutely.
have in my cup, it's kind of like the juice that you drink in church, like communion juice. I got some grape juice, girl. Some grape juice.
Hey, whatever you have, that's your business.
That's fine. That's fine. But speaking of the Grammys, tell me, what did you think about it?
You know, I enjoyed the Grammys, and what I realized the next day was that the song that Fantasia sang was the song she auditioned with for American Idol.
Yes, I heard that. I heard
We're talking about what a difference. It's 20 years.
20,
What a difference.
20 years. Yeah. I tell you, my favorite part, it was Tracy Chapman.
Oh, yes.
Sorry.
She looks beautiful, too. Whatever she's drinking water or whatever she's using on her face, honey, she looked beautiful. She hadn't aged a bit.
That's it. And I think that it's important that we understand that when you are musical genius, can't nothing stop you. You can get back to it. It's almost like it's definitely like riding a bike. We'll definitely have to talk to Victor about that. But
Don't forget Celine Dion.
Baby. I didn't. Okay, so in all fair and all honesty, I didn't watch the whole thing. I did. I kept popping in and out for my favorite parts, as we all do.
Yes.
But Tracy, that was my thing. Of course, I did hear the whole thing with Jay-Z and everything, and all those other people. And yes, I see that Robert said Killer Mike was arrested after. Let me tell you something. I saw an interview, and Killer Man was like, I'm not talking about that. All I'm talking about is the fact that I won, and it was a great night for him. Love me some Killer Mike. I don't know what the ins and outs are, but I do know that when it's your time to shine, nothing can stop it. And
Yes.
so I heard he was out and he kept partying with everybody else. So hey. So Judy said that she is ending her 12-hour shift and she is low on her strawberry energy drink.
All right now. She's a nurse, honey. She is out there helping everyone in Louisiana. And she's a teacher also.
That's it, y'all. That's what this is all about. Well, Lady O.
Hold on. You popped up Bernice. Hey, Bernice. Our niece is having a baby.
Yes. Y'all know we community aunties, and she's having a boy.
She's having a boy. You look fantastic. I've been following you on Facebook. You look so happy. We're so happy for you and your husband.
Yes, her husband. That's the thing. We are celebrating, of course, Black History Month, which is we're Black 365, right? 24/7, as well as this is the month of love. So we're going to talk about that. And then the value of education when it comes to literacy and music. And so we have benefits coming up. And this today is like a vibe. It's a whole vibe.
A whole vibrant vibe.
A vibrant vibe. So I think it's important that y'all, I know who y'all waiting for. So I hope y'all been sharing because I'm looking at the numbers and they're going up, 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 up. So keep giving those hearts, keep sharing. And I think we should start with our first guest, Lady O.
Yes, indeed. Well, I'll tell you what, we are about to be blessed because we have Erica Parr and her daughter, Ava. They have written a book together that's titled, But What Can You Do? So they have a publishing company. It's called Ava and Mommy Publishing. There they are. Hey there, Erica and Ava. Well, Mr. Clarity, who's Erica?
Hey.
Who's Ava?
Hi.
Hey, ladies. How are you doing today, Erica?
Good evening. We are doing well.
And Ava, I must ask, Princess, how are you?
Good.
And honey, I love the crown. Is that a crown?
Yes.
Of course it is. Of course it is. Well, before we get started, we're going to ask Miss Ava, what are you sipping on? What's in your cup?
I'm sipping on water.
My girl. Yes. Oh, me and you. And what are you sipping on, Erica?
The same water, H2O for us over here.
Okay, mother like daughter. Well,
The thing about it is, You're from St. Louis, so we know that our STL water tastes pretty good. It really
Right.
does. And we've been calling ourselves the community aunties, but I feel like Ava's been our baby forever. Like we literally remember when she's born, and now she's on worldwide tours.
She
Um,
is. She is.
Remember, I think it was January the 7th, the 27th, or something like that. You had your first book signing. So
Yes.
yes, you know, the first one, and was it at the library?
It was. The
Yes.
St. Louis Public Library with St. Louis Public Schools for the
Yep.
Literacy for the Lou campaign. We were so excited about doing it. Ava were you a little nervous at
Yes,
first?
I was.
And then what happened?
And then I just faced my fears.
You faced your fears, she said.
Face your fear. Well, I know everyone wants to know about your book, but what can you do? I have to say it like that. But what can you do? Ava, talk to us about your book.
So it's a really good book. Yeah, and it's about perseverance and positive thinking and a growth mindset.
A girl's mindset. Okay. Now, Erica,
Yes.
let me back this story up. Girl, we know you from radio and television,
Mhm.
and now you are a publisher. What made you say, this is what I'm going to do with my daughter?
You know, the story is based on Ava's life. It's a real life story. She came home one day upset because she couldn't do a cartwheel. And it was a big deal to her, so it was a big deal to me. I think sometimes what happens is kids will come home and they'll be whining or crying about something, and sometimes parents can like dismiss it. Oh, girl, because I still can't do a cartwheel as an adult, but I didn't dismiss it. And instead, I tried to encourage her, like, no, baby, you can't do a cartwheel, but what can you do? And so then she and I wrote a list of all of her strengths, and that's what the book is about. And so I wanted her to know that what she feels is valid, right? And then when I thought about it, it's been oftentimes that I didn't always get it right. Like no parent always got it right. But here's an opportunity for me to help her learn those lessons early. Like I always say, a good friend of mine said, teach your kids early what you learned late.
That's it.
And
I
so
like that.
that's
Put
what
that
I
in the
want
chat,
her to do
someone.
with it.
That's it. Teach them early, y'all. Put it in
Teach
there.
your kids early what you learned late.
I'm a social emotional learning expert, and when I think about storytelling and the value of us tapping into social media so early, because social media will knock us out and make us feel like we're just inadequate in everything. But when you're talking about social emotional learning solutions through storytelling, our kids get a positive reflection of this. Ava, you were able to read this to your students in class. How did you feel about being able to let them know how you can overcome fears?
I felt really good about that.
Yes.
Well, and I noticed when you were at the library, there were young girls just about your age. How was it? How did it feel to talk to people your age about your book?
Well, it felt really it felt cool. People my age, and some people not my age, they still don't know how to do a cartwheel like me, but at least they keep trying and having a growth mindset.
A growth mindset. Girl, I'm gonna write that down for myself. I'm gonna have a grown growth mindset. Thank you, Ava.
So Lady O, I think that having a growth mindset teaches us the value of when we go through things, we grow through things.
Yes.
Erica, you all started this thing, and now it looks like there's going to be a series of books. Is that true? Like, what do we have next to look forward to?
It's all about her. So it's all about her and kids like her, right? So our kids have big feelings, and I just want to give her a platform to share it. So the next book will probably be more about social emotional health and learning, about what can you say, what do you feel? So we'll just see what God has in store for us, right?
Yes, indeed. Now, we're going to talk about how people can follow you, but because I follow you, and you all have something about weird walks.
Yes. Ava, what's a weird walk?
A weird walk is keep walking to find something weird or something.
Right. Keep walking until we find something weird. So it's free. It is nothing. You don't have to pay for it. So I encourage parents to just take your babies outside, right? You can go to Forest Park. We were in Forest Park once and we saw a coyote.
I saw it with you.
Right. Exactly. We've seen so many different things and it just opens both of our eyes to what's around us, right? Ava is is always making me spend my money. But in addition to that, I try to encourage her to let's just go out in nature. And I don't really have to encourage her because she loves to be outside. And we get complimented about weird walks all the time. And a lot of other parents and caretakers are always saying how that's something that they want to do with their kids too.
Well, I know we're going to get back to the book, but I also want to ask Ava, how was ice cream for breakfast?
Ice cream for breakfast was really good. We went to Clementine's and Ginny's. It was really good. I felt like the best place for the ice cream was Clementine.
Oh, okay.
I noticed sometimes on your weird walks, you have a pet too as well, right?
Yes.
Can you hear him? Because he's whining and crying right now. Peanut. And Peanut's in the book, if you didn't notice.
I was going to ask, is Peanut in the book? Who are the characters in the book, Ava?
Peanut, me, mostly me, and my mom and my grandma and my dad.
Mm-hmm. And classmates.
That's so cool. That's so cool. This is what social emotional learning is about. And I think, I have a grandbaby and I cannot wait to get my signed copy. You guys, how can they reach you to be able to purchase the book? Where is it? Where is it, Ava?
Where is it? It's on avaandmommy.com and it's on Amazon and I think it's on Barnes & Noble.
Yes.
Okay,
you're great at this. Give me a high five, baby.
Girl, that's and get it. I think she's gonna have a Grammy next. What you think, Lady O?
She's gonna have Grammy, Oscar. She's gonna, what do they call it? Be the triple threat.
Right.
So you can get it through. You can contact you guys for the book signings, right?
Yep, right. So we are still scheduling book signings, but I just solidified some events today. So that look for them on social media. You can follow us on Facebook and Instagram at Ava _and mommy. Please, if you have the book and you've reviewed it, thank you so much. Send us those videos, those pictures. I love to see kids talking about the book and parents as well, caretakers. It just warms my heart.
That's it. You guys better share. Everybody's saying congratulations because
thank you.
Being able to write a book with your baby is just amazing. And you all always share your experiences with us. So we're so thankful. We really are. We can't wait to see you guys in person. So
we are thankful. We're thankful for this opportunity. She was a little nervous today, but she persevered.
And have a growth mindset.
And Ava, I have to tell you, I get nervous every single time also. So I am going to take that growth mindset and persevere and continue to do the Own Your Now show. And we will always welcome you. The next book, I need you to call me so I can get the exclusive. So we can get you on the show so you can talk about it before you tell anyone else. Ooh. So everyone knows how to get in contact with you. We're going to ask each of you, and I'll start with Erica. What is your affirmation word of the week?
I will say, honestly, of the year is lean in.
Oh,
that is what I've been doing for the last couple of years. And I'm just so grateful for the opportunity to do so. Sometimes we don't always, I'm grateful to God for his patience with me.
Yes.
Right. So I'm just leaning in to all the opportunities.
Well, we're going to lean in with you. And Ava, what is your affirmation word?
Growth mindset.
Y'all don't put growth mindset in the chat. Shame on you. We need it, and we're going to continue to make sure that we strive for it. Not only that, we're your number one fans now.
Yes.
We're going to keep watching you. We can't wait to see you again. Everybody keeps saying congratulations. So we just thank you for coming on the Own Your Now.
And thank you. And tomorrow's my birthday. So this is an early birthday gift to me. I appreciate you all for letting me have this opportunity with my daughter.
Oh, absolutely.
Happy birthday.
Thank you.
Everybody put a happy birthday to Erica in the chat.
You know what? I didn't even get a chance to ask her how old she would be or how young she would be because she looks so young, so snatched.
She's a beautiful woman. I have had the pleasure of knowing her, and I have to say a little secret. Her beautiful mother was my post office lady.
Oh wow. Yeah.
Yeah. And so that was over 30 years ago.
Okay. See, time flies.
Time flies, and it's just a joy to know that family.
You're just 30. Look, a little bit shy of 30.
Hey, I take all my years, honey. I'm looking at 58 straight in the face.
Right. Look at it straight in the face, honey. Look at it straight in the face. That's why you my auntie.
I love it. I love it.
You know what? I think that this is what this is all about, y'all. We just talked to Erica and Ava, and they're talking about education and the value of social emotional learning through a book that talks about overcoming your fears. And now we're about to have a guest that's going to talk about benefits that benefit the arts. Who do we have coming up next, Lady L?
Let me tell you, we have the Victor Goins. He is the president and CEO of Jazz St. Louis. Let me tell you, if you have not been to Jazz St. Louis, it is a total experience. He plays the saxophone and the clarinet, and he's the former jazz program director at Juilliard. Bring him on up. Ours now, Victor Goins.
All right. Hello, ladies. How are you all?
We are fantastic. How are you?
I'm good. It's only appropriate for me to be here tonight because I have a little bit of a cold, but I'm on Wellness Wednesday, so I know y'all can get me right.
Yes,
we are. We're going to show you much love.
You know,
I appreciate it.
We are so excited about you being on, and we got to ask you what's in your cup, what you're sipping on. You know, we are over 50, so we can sip on whatever we like, especially when it comes to the jazz spaces. But what's in your cup? What are you sipping on?
Well, today, so I can try to get my voice correct for our gala, I have some pomegranate hot tea with some lemon in it, trying to keep warm and get it moving along.
I love it.
Well, you know what, Victor? Let's talk a little bit about Jazz St. Louis itself. You are, have you been there over a year now?
Well, I've been there for 16 months, but before we do that, I want to say how impressed I was with Ava and Erica. I mean, man, she's a hard act to follow. She definitely, she broke the ice for everything. Now I know what the routine is supposed to be. So I appreciate you, Ava, and I appreciate you, Erica.
Yes,
so
we love them too.
So I've been there for about a year and 4 months, and it's been a great ride. It's been fast, but a lot going on, and we have some great programs that were there before me and other programs that we are developing along the way since I've arrived.
Yes. Well, and I was telling everyone when we first started that I had the pleasure with my guests, Judy and Clarence Butler from Louisiana, to be in the house Saturday night to see the Grammy Award-winning Billy Childs. And so I want to know, how is it for you, because you are a professional yourself, how is it for you when you see people on your stage at Jazz St. Louis?
It is an amazing experience. You hit it right on the nail. Many of them are people that I performed with, and even more of them are former students of mine. I have a former student in the house this week, Yasushi Nakamura. He's a bass player from New York. But there's always somebody in the bandstand that I've known for every week since I've been there.
Wow. And I noticed not only do you have nighttime performances, you all have like midday brunch performances.
Absolutely. We have what we call what do we call that? It's like an afternoon thing for anyone to come. They can just buy tickets for that particular show. But we also have education programs that take place on Fridays of our subscription week, where we bring in kids from different schools to come in and interact with our visiting guest artists.
Oh, that is neat. So it'll be students like middle school, high school students?
And it could be both. It could be middle, it could be high school, it could be a mix of the both. It can be all girls schools. It can be everything you can imagine.
I was thinking about this when we were interviewing Ava. You have, I think it's you is following your legacy and playing instruments as well. How does that feel? How important is it for us when it comes to the education in the arts?
Well, the education in the arts make us better people. We have all these other things that are very important to our development, but the arts kind of touch the inner part of our core, and it's the sweetness of who we are. So to really pass these traditions on is coming from a generation before me, people like Ellis Marcellus, who was one of my teachers, Wynton's father, Carl Bluen, who was my clarinet teacher in high school, and my mathematics teacher. So the lessons that I was given in school are the reasons why I became an educator for 40 years. And then just playing music, I always say it's really unfair because I've never had to work a day in my life. I've played my entire life.
I love that. They say if you find something you love to do, it isn't work.
Absolutely.
Now, I had the great experience, Tracy. Let me tell you, Oz and I were the chair people for homecoming.
That's right.
And it was some kind of fantastic. They had former people that were part of Jazz St. Louis. And then they had, is it the Jazz University, the young people?
Yeah, we had our Jazz U high school students perform on stage. That's right.
And they ended it with a second line.
We did.
Wow.
And so are you from New Orleans, Victor?
I am from New Orleans. I heard you speak about my Louisiana colleague online. Hello, wherever you are.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Well, I'm not going to hold it any longer. Talk to us about what is coming to St. Louis on the 21st and 22nd of February.
Well, we have this fantastic gala coming up. We say it's one gala, but it's 2 nights. And we call it Swing for Tomorrow's Stars. And we have 2 very, very special world-renowned musicians coming in. But they're like family to me because I've known them my entire life. And I'm speaking about jazz legends Wynton and Branford Marsalis. And they'll be doing 2 nights of performances. One will be at our building at the Harold and Dorothy Stewart Center for, the Harold and Dorothy Stewart Center for Jazz. And on the 22nd, we're going to move down the street to the Chase Hotel and do a second one. Now, the first night is going to be in our building. It is going to be somewhat like a traditional fundraiser.
Oh,
I think he popped out.
well, that's okay. We'll see him pop back in, hopefully in a few minutes.
Oh, definitely. He popped
There
out.
he is.
Here we go. We're in the technological world. Things happen.
That's
Yeah.
it. It is.
Okay. But on the 21st, we'll be at the Harold and Dorothy Stewart Center for Jazz. And on the 22nd, we'll be down the street at the Chase Hotel. And the reason for doing 2 shows is because I wanted to make sure that we had our community really involved in it. So the first night in our building, it will be somewhat of that high-price gala that people know that we want to raise some money to support our education and community engagement programs. But on the 22nd, we have a range of tickets that range from $50 all the way up to $750 in sponsorship tickets so that we can raise more money to support our education and community engagement programs.
Well, you should let them know. How many years has it been since the brothers have performed headlining together?
It's been over 3 decades, over 30 years.
Wow.
Now they're still very good friends. They get along and all that. I'm sure they have their sibling rivalries and all of that kind of stuff. But they've had very, very successful careers in both jazz and classical music. And they've just been so busy in their calendars that it's very rare that they come together. So I'm very happy to be the person to bring them back together to do this once in a lifetime. We call it an epic concert at Jazz St. Louis. And it's for our kids. All these proceeds go to our education programs, which are free to all of our students who attend Jazz St. Louis classes.
That is amazing. I'm excited. Just the fact that they have not been together in 30 years. And I'm like, Victor, you must be a bad man to get these brothers together.
Well, I called them my wild card. So I've been holding on for it for some time. And I was like, hey, when I get to Jazz St. Louis, I want to throw this gala and I want y'all to come do it. So they accepted right away. And on top of that, we have a Lifetime Achievement Award that's going to be given to David Sanborn for his time in the industry.
Oh my
And
gosh.
we went all the way out. So we have Joe Torre to come in and actually MC the program.
Now, we love us some Joe Torre. He's like a little nephew to us. He, when he came out with Fat Tuesday, the documentary, he allowed us to interview him. He was such a joy, and he comes from such a beautiful St. Louis family. So that's exciting. David Sanborn, oh my goodness, that's going to be great.
My husband loves him some David Sanborn. And
Oh,
the thing about it is St. Louis has such a rich history. Victor, being a part of a quartet, do you have a favorite group that because you just came off of a cruise? I love those jazz cruises. Do you have a favorite group, or is it too many to name?
No, there are a lot to name. I was always influenced by the music of Miles Davis, St. Louis's own.
Yes.
But I also was influenced by another great St. Louis, and I had the pleasure of knowing, which is the great Clark Terry. I knew Mr. Terry very, very well. And then John Coltrane, I can give you a whole list of people, all the way down to Branford and Winter Marcellus.
Yes, all the way down. And the fact that we are able to experience them in this lifetime, Lady O, this is a great time to be alive, ain't it?
It is a great time to be alive and for it to be happening in Black History Month too.
That's it. He's making history.
That's right.
Making history. So let everyone know again those dates. And so you do have tickets left. And
we have a limited amount available, but we still have some there. We hope people will be able to come and be a part of it. Again, the dates are going to be February 21st at Jazz St. Louis in the Harold and Dorothy Stewart Center for Jazz. We start there at 6 o'clock with a cocktail party. And on February 22nd, it will be at the Chase Park Plaza Hotel. The show will start I think the doors open at 7 o'clock. The show will start around 8 o'clock or so. It's in the Coruscant Grand Ballroom. It's going to be fantastic. We have as many as 1,000 people coming to that room. So everybody who is St. Louis is going to be there.
All right.
You got 2 days to get this right, St. Louis.
That's
Y'all
right.
To the last minute, get your tickets because this is going to be amazing.
Yes.
Well, we know that you're in and out, and we just thank you. You better take care of that. Take care of your voice. You got a lot happening. And of course, Lady O knows you come back anytime.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. And I was about to tell him, Tracy, anytime you have something to announce, tell me first.
I will tell you first. But in fact, I'm so inspired by Ava, I might have to start writing me some kind of book now. I'm telling you.
That would
be something. That would be absolutely something.
And if the album's coming back, you can put an album in the back of your book.
That's a good idea.
You got your marketing all together.
I got it. Yeah. Thank you.
Well, we have to ask you, what is your wellness affirmation word for today?
I think it is togetherness. I think it is important that we come together because together we can do anything.
We can do anything.
I like that. Well, I'll see you on the 22nd.
I look forward to it.
Woo, yes, the 22nd. We're going to be in the house. This is what it's all about. Man.
Isn't that exciting? And I'm just so glad that he held that in his back pocket. He could have done that anywhere in the world. And he held that in his back pocket just for us in St. Louis. So St. Louisans, even people from out of town, get on the train, the bus, the plane, and come see Jazz St. Louis, bringing the Marcellus Brothers. They have not been together performing as headliners in 30 years. Now, look, if we have to wait another 30 years,
we might miss out.
This is your chance.
And for those people I don't never get anything for Valentine's Day. Look, share now.
Yes.
Let somebody know to get the tickets now before it's gone. That's important. But the other thing that we want to talk about, y'all, is relationships, marriages, them kind of ships, the ships that we want to make sure that keep on sailing with us together.
Yes.
Speaking of relationships, we have some marriage masterminds in the house, don't we, Lady O?
We definitely do. We have Lathan and Shalana Ferguson. If I read you all their accolades, we'd be here for quite some time. But I do want to mention Lathan is a proud member of Alpha Phi Alpha fraternity, and Miss Shalana is a member of Delta Sigma Theta sorority. So I know that's important. That's your soror. And Lathan also is in charge of the director for the ALSAC St. Jude, which is a very important place to be. And Shalana is an attorney, an executive leader, and an entrepreneur. But together, they are marriage masterminds. Welcome.
Good evening. Good evening. Hello.
Good evening. Good evening. We're going to jump right on in. First of all, ladies first. Shalana, what are you sipping on? What's in your cup?
Did we put Ava to bed? I have a little Moscato this evening.
Salud. And what about you, Lathan?
So I have an after work Uncle Nearest old fashioned.
Okay. I like the old fashioned. I've been indulged in a French 75. That's been my new little cocktail, so it's pretty delicious. But we're here to talk about marriage masterminds. let's start with you, Shalana. Talk to us about what that term means, marriage masterminds.
I love that question because we were at a point in marriage, I think it was around year 15. We had sent our oldest daughter away to school. Our youngest daughter was in high school. So we were starting to look at life outside of that very active, busy parenting piece. And we looked at couples around us and started seeing folks get into that phase when their children become adults. And it's as if life changed and sometimes they don't sustain past that. And so we wanted to identify what that was about, kind of look at ourselves and prepare for that phase of the journey to make sure that we are being intentional and strategic. So we chose marriage masterminds because I noticed you would hear about masterminds for professional reasons. Everybody's trying to start businesses and do these other endeavors. So you have these mastermind groups. And I'm like, what if we applied that to our personal lives? If we sat down and really created a plan and thought about where we want to go in our relationships, how do we take care of ourselves as individuals, as couples, engage with the world around us to make sure that we're being healthy and whole as we move forward. So we came up with Marriage Masterminds back in 2016.
Okay.
And for those people who made it past the pandemic, they were able to also then experience events by the Marriage Masterminds. You all had a wonderful event, which leads to the next upcoming event. What made you say, hey, let's start pulling our STL folk and people who fly right on in to enjoy what it means to be married and loving it?
Sure, I'll take that. So in doing that, we decided we were like, being intentional about visibly showing, right, what not only interpersonal relationships look like, but what relationships in the community. So when we did the inaugural brunch last year, it was about highlighting individuals who not only had been married for 20 plus years, but who had also together made a huge impact on the community. And so we decided to do that by honoring them and by bringing a group of individuals, a group of people together to really just relish in that type of positive energy of celebrating love, celebrating community, celebrating all the good things that we don't hear enough about. And so we said, instead of waiting on someone else to do it, why not we do it? And so that's what we did.
Well, this is the season of love. I'm over here just smiling and cheesing, and Tracy knows that's my favorite affirmation word is love. And we want love for everyone. But why is Black love so important?
Mm-hmm.
You want to kick that one off?
I mean, it's Black History Month. We're on the verge of Valentine's Day. Before that, it's Black Love Day on February 13th. And I think about just that. So Black Love Day is a period that not everyone knows about. That was established in the mid-90s when a woman, I can't think of her name, it escapes me, I'm ashamed of myself for that, but looked at the concept of love around Blackness. And so we picked up on, for Marriage Masterminds, love, of course, love for each other, but before we can even get there, you got to think about how love plays out in all of life. So that group had 5 tenets: love for self, love for the creator, love for family, love for the Black community, and love for God. Just kind of how we are existing in all these spaces. And I looked at how are we anchoring that in our experiences with ourselves. And so historically, Black families have been defined by others who look inside and talk about what's going wrong in levels of dysfunction. And we think about our history, that wasn't our choice. That is a result of things that were thrust upon us historically. And so for me, it's important that we reclaim that we define what love and family is. And there's no one way to define that for Blackness. And so we just celebrate the uniqueness of all the families. Not all families are built the same. And we want to make sure that people feel comfortable in being with us, that they bring their individual stories, that we all learn and share together. And for me, I'm unapologetic about it. Yes, I believe in universal love, but there's times where we need to set aside and talk about what we're doing in our community. We're taking care of home first. And so that's why we anchor in Black love.
Yeah, taking care of home first. And this is what it looks like when you have amazing events. Here's another amazing event, experiencing true love with a couple that whenever you see them out, you know what? I know y'all got this event and it's popping, but you know, they known for some pretty cool house parties. Well, I need to be invited to one of those house parties.
Yes.
But you have an event coming up, and do you still have tickets? Because Our Lady O is the MC.
We do have tickets. It's going to be an amazing day. So on Sunday, February 25th, we're hosting the Black Love Matters brunch at the Sheraton Westport Chalet Hotel. And we're very excited to have Lady O as our mistress of ceremonies. We will have violinist Belle Darris offering entertainment in the early part of the day. And then Anita Jackson and the Philip Graves Quartet will be performing once again. So for those who were there last year, you know, we had a good time. This year, we're back bigger and better. We have some amazing couples that Latha talked about. You want to tell them who the couples are that we'll be celebrating?
Sure. So the couples are for individuals that know them and people that will get to know them. You know, giants in their own right, and you know, whether some of them are unsung heroes that people may not know about, and they move quietly in the shadows but have a huge, strong presence, and some others may know. But so I'll just name, we have 5 couples that we're honoring this year. And so the first are Drummond and Zendra Bryant. If you all don't know the Bryants, you're in for a treat. Everybody should know this next one, or at least half of the next one, Patrick and Carol Daniel. Carol Daniel was our MC last year, but she's a journalistic legend across the country. Reverend Ken and Beverly Jenkins, who are doing phenomenal things in Darewood and North County, St. Louis. Ruben and Deanne Shelton. They're giants, right? I mean, just amongst themselves. And then, Drexel and Susan Stith is the final couple. And so for me, that last couple, and I'm giving away a little bit that people will get. But no, I got to say this because for my generation and people that know me, they may not have known. If you grew up in Saints or the Palace, Drexel was the mastermind behind those 2 skating rinks. So, if you didn't know, you know now. So those are the couples that we're honoring on Sunday, February 25th. It's going to be great.
And isn't it lovely to honor couples, love, being together, because you hear so much other rumbling in the world. This is going to be an amazing event. I'm honored to be the MC. I look forward to just basking in the glow of love and seeing these people in person. Again, tell people how they can get tickets and where it's going to be.
Mm-hmm. Again, it will be on Sunday, February 25th at the Sheraton Westport Chalet Hotel. Tickets are available at our website, Marriage Masterminds. Look at your screen. Masterminds is spelled with a Y and not an I. So www.marriagemasterminds.com. Tickets are available through February 19th or until they sell out, and they do sell out. We have treats for you. I mean, this isn't, we're not just showing up, we're showing out. So make sure you come out and join us.
And you can also find it on Eventbrite. So if you, for some reason, can't get to our website, marriagemasterminds.com, you can go to Eventbrite and search Black Love Matters Brunch, and it'll pop up as well.
Awesome. Well, before you go, we don't want you to go, but before you go, please tell us, Shalana, your wellness word of the week, your affirmation word.
So again, it's February, it's my birthday month, all of these things. And just in the spirit of what we're discussing, my word is love. Like my favorite passage is all about that in the Bible. Faith and hope and love last on these 3, but the greatest of these is love. So that's what I anchor myself in, even in the rough periods.
That's it. You know what? We love the Fergusons. We
do. All of the Ferguson adults, the Ferguson kids.
So I'll give you my word. I just want to give you my word before we go. Mine is a combination of balance and consistency. That's my wellness word for the week, because we got to be consistent. We got to have balance, and we got to be consistent to be successful and to be excellent. You got to be consistent. You got to do it over and over again.
You better be.
I just want to say thank you for having us today. I was really excited to see we had Erica and Ava, I've seen them in the hair salon, and they're just as cute out as they were on screen today. So that's exciting to see that. And when we moved back to St. Louis in 2022, we found Jazz St. Louis. So very excited to see Mr. Goins, this huge event that's coming up. Go there first and then come to the Black Love Matters brunch that weekend. Let him know that I'm coming for him. He's on one of my list of people that needs to know about Marriage Masterminds and what we can do to partner as well. So thank you for having us here on this awesome evening with these wonderful people, and I love you both.
We
Love you back.
more. We love you more. Thank you. Man, there's a lot that's happening in the community. And like again, I'm telling y'all again, don't forget, I want to come to the house party.
I heard about them too. Legendary.
Yes, I'm checking my schedule because we know how to party with a purpose in St. Louis. We know how to celebrate. We know how to make sure that everything that we do is about wellness, opportunity, knowledge, and empowerment. And we want to make sure that you all know the things that are happening. Every Wednesday when we tap in, we'll try to let you know some things that are happening this weekend. Lady O, it's a vibe. What's going on this weekend?
Well, we have Miss Kimbra Smith Pradia. She is going to be at the St. Louis Metropolitan Sigma Theta Alumni Chapter of Delta Sigma Theta and community partners. They will be, the theater, the Sun Theater? I'm sorry, the Sun Theater on at 6 o'clock on February 9th. Now, for those of you who don't know who Kimbra Smith is, let me tell you, if you have a young girl in your life, you need to take her. She has a story of how she got caught up being in love with someone who was on the wrong side of the law. Though she personally may not have been doing the wrong, she got caught up. Came from a great family background, a good girl, and she tells the story of what happened to her. And not only is she going to tell the story in conversation, but she has a movie and they're going to show it that night. So on February 9th, you can go to the Sun Theater and meet Miss Kimbra Smith Pradia.
Yes. There'll be a movie as well as there's registration. We'll have the link. And I'll actually be interviewing her Friday night.
Yes. That's an exclusive.
It is.
So proud of you, Tracy.
And tonight. So you all, we have to understand domestic violence and sex trafficking and the things that our young women go through, and I always say grow through as a result of a lot of challenges. It's so important that we bring more awareness to it. Yes. So it's a free event, and you all can definitely bring a young woman or bring a friend and come and talk to her, sign her book, and watch the movie.
Yes.
So yeah, that's it. And we got the Marriage Mind Mastermind. Y'all gonna buy your tickets for that. You're gonna go. Look, I already know. I can't wait. Wait a minute. I want to tell my husband about what's coming up with Sanborn and Joe Torre.
Yes, February 21st and 22nd.
But Lady O, Super Bowl Sunday. My husband just flew out. He is at the Super Bowl. It's coming up. We can't talk about what's happening until after we find out who's going to win this weekend. Or I know you are a lover of baseball, but how do you feel about football? Do you watch the game?
I love sports. I grew up with two brothers and my father. They played every single sport there was. I think we even made up sports. So I love sports. I love football. I can basketball. I'll scream and yell anybody at a basketball game. So yes, I do love baseball. It's my love and my first love. But I do love all the sports, football. And I do have a favorite team, even though I'm from California.
Okay, but wait a minute. So now I don't know who playing that's not in California, but I do know we don't want to talk about them Rams. We're talking about the 49ers. Whoop, whoop.
49ers and Kansas City Chiefs. Yes. Crazy thing is they both have red uniforms, which is crazy. It's going to be a little psychedelic on your mind, but I know who I want to win.
Okay. Well, you going to tell us who you want to win?
Kansas City Chiefs.
Okay, well then you chose the wrong team, but it's okay.
Your husband's a 49er fan.
He is. And my son works for Anheuser-Busch, and literally he gave us an exclusive that they just rolled off the beers. And so they are they have the contract. So he showed us the 49ers Bud Lights, and they showed us the Kansas City Chiefs.
Yes.
That's so cool about all of this is my husband is in Vegas and his sister is in Vegas, and Natalie is a Kansas City Chiefs fan.
Yes.
She's a 49er. So they'll be just battling it out together. They already got their jersey. So hey, it's going to be a good time.
A fun time. Everyone, if you're going to be at the Super Bowl parties, enjoy yourself. Be careful. And
y'all got to drop y'all words in the chat. Like, yo, what is your word? Drop your words in the chat right now. One word. I know that Lathan gave us two, but give us your one word.
My one word is for this week is trust. Trust the process. Trust yourself. Trust those you love and who you choose to love, because you have to have that as part of your foundation. It makes you stronger when you are able to trust others, and others are moreover able to trust you. So my word of the week is trust.
All right. Well, let me tell you something. Today has been an amazing day on this Wellness Wednesday. I cannot wait to look forward to all the cool things that are happening this weekend. And if you all get a chance, I want you all to lean in to a friend and tell them the value of what it means to have unbreakable friendships. And if they can't get past that, then let them know that maybe they should have a growth mindset. Because when we come together, we experience what love looks like. And if you don't experience what love looks like, then you at least have to experience what love looks like for yourself. That's how we balance things and become consistent in all the things that mean so much to us. I'm so thankful for all that have connected with us tonight. We're going to continue to be blessed because we will always trust the process. Be inspired and understand that at all times, determination is the key, because we will continue to grow by being intentional in everything that we do. Wow, lady yo, we made it through. We hope that you all don't forget that every Wednesday we try to be here. I know that next week is Valentine's Day, so we'll have to figure that thing out. I guess you all will have to see if we're gonna be popping in or not. We might have a few little exclusives or
we will. We do.
But everybody have a good evening, and we'll continue to bring you peace, love,
and positivity.
Bye-bye, everyone.
I am unstoppable.